Compassion. Matthew 9:36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted, and were scattered abroad, as sheep having no shepherd. Compassion, that's the one thing people need more than anything else in this world. They need someone to reach out to them with the compassion of God. Compassion is a deep longing that responds to the needs of people. It's much deeper than sympathy. Sympathy can just sit around feeling sorry for people. Compassion has to do something for them. Compassion, sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. Compassion literally means to suffer together. Giving up a seat to a pregnant woman, being polite to retail workers, helping your friend move, taking a second to listen at work, speak with kindness, listen carefully and without judgment, encourage other people, offer to help someone with a task. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, compassion is the sympathetic consciousness of others' distress together with the desire to alleviate it. As you know, Jesus was a perfect representation of the heart and nature of God. Jesus said, "He that hath seen me hath seen the Father," John 14:9. You don't have to look for long at the life of Jesus to discover he was a man of compassion. Compassion is what motivates God, and Jesus' life on earth was a picture of that compassion in action. His whole ministry was driven by it. It was compassion that caused him to multiply the loaves and fishes, heal the sick, cast out demons and raise the dead. It was compassion that compelled him to go to the cross. And it's that same compassion that he now longs to pour out through you. In Matthew 14:14, then Jesus called his disciples unto him, and said, I have compassion on the multitude, because they continue with me now 3 days, and have nothing to eat, and I will not send them away fasting, lest they faint in the way. And in Matthew 15:32, so Jesus had compassion on them, and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Over and over again in Scripture, we see how Jesus' compassion moved him to meet the needs of the people. If you want to understand the heart of Jesus, you must start with an understanding of his compassion. He described his mission as one of coming to seek and to save that which was lost, Luke 19:10. It's staggering to realize that we believers are the only body Jesus has on this earth now. His healing must flow through our hands and our faith. His compassion must move us to provide for the hungry. It must compel us to cast out demons and set the captives free. But I don't have that kind of compassion. Yes, you do. If you have the Spirit of God dwelling inside you, you do, because He is that kind of love. You simply need to activate it. How? Just like Jesus did when He walked the earth. Through prayer and fellowship with the Father. Look through the Gospels and notice how much time Jesus spent alone with the Father. That time activated the compassion of God within Him. It caused Him to feel what God feels about the suffering of mankind. It stirred Him so much that whenever He encountered a need, He met it by the power of God. Follow His example. Spend time in fellowship with your Father. Meditate on His compassion until it rises up strong on the inside of you. Stir it up until the desire to see others set free becomes paramount in your thinking. Jesus has sent you to reach out and touch a love-starved world with His compassion. If you don't do it, who will? What does all this have to do with the presence of God? Everything. Understanding the compassion which God has toward you will totally change your attitude about spending time in His presence. As we have seen, it is only in His presence that you can enjoy the benefits of healing, prosperity, peace and power. Luke 10:25-37 The Good Samaritan. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Plato. Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Leo Buscaglia. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop. Show a little more compassion, the world needs it.